All right, everybody, welcome back to Press Pass with Chris. I am Chris Aguirre. I'm joined today by Josiah Ayon, junior wide receiver for the Buchanan Bears. Josiah, I appreciate you taking some time to chat with me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Just talk little bit about the season first, man. You guys just finished undefeated 5-0 in the spring season. So, I mean, just what led for your team to be so successful this year?
Yeah, we've been working for a year straight now, on and off practicing. We've been a lot of guys were getting discouraged. We didn't know if we were gonna. We were so like have they would schedule a season, push it back. So everybody was getting discouraged. We didn't know what we were gonna do, but everybody kept working. I was surprised. We just kept working. Everybody was coming out. Everybody was just nobody really like the seniors, they stayed motivated. I didn't think, like, personally, if I were in their situation, it would be easy to just say like this isn't gonna work, like this is frustrating, but they kept their head on right, and we handled business. We did what we had to do.
I know being a wide receiver on the team, you catch a lot of passes, but I know earlier in the season you got to throw a touchdown pass as well. You threw
Yeah.
you threw a dime about 40 yards in a game. So I mean, just how fun was that for you?
Oh my God, you don't know how long I've been begging my coaches to throw that in the playbook, and then once they told me we were running that play, we ran it in practice a couple times, and it didn't it didn't go perfectly. So the coaches were kind of like iffy about it, but I was like, Coach, trust me, like in the game, I got it. Like I'll make sure it goes good.
You threw a dime there. I know. I saw the video of it, 40 yards. So I mean, just when you let that ball go, did you know it was going to be caught?
No, honestly, I kind of felt like I overthrew it. Like, it's hard to judge, like, but it ended up like a perfect ball. So I was happy.
Just talk a little bit about the mindset on your team this year. Obviously with all the COVID stuff, that went on, you guys not knowing if you were going to get to play. Just what was the mentality, of you and your teammates, just entering the season, just hoping to play?
Yeah, we were like I said earlier, we were discouraged, but like a lot of help from the seniors, like seeing the seniors like motivated, like continuing to like come to practice, like practice hard. I think that definitely helped throughout like the whole team. Like everybody saw that we're like behind these guys. If these guys are ready, like we're gonna rock with them. We're gonna roll. Yeah, all that senior help was like came in really clutch. Like those guys, big shout out to the seniors for real.
Personally for you, what was your mentality like, throughout this whole year so far? I know it's already April, but just from hoping to play football in the fall, to not only having basically a couple weeks, to prepare
Yeah.
for a 5-game season. Just personally for you, I mean, what was your mentality, throughout this whole year, just dealing with COVID and being a student?
Yeah, well, the school part of it was definitely hard. Like all of this, like the school with the football, not knowing if we were having a season, like it was all pretty overwhelming at one point. Like at one point, I was just overwhelmed with everything. Like it felt like so much, but once we like got word that we were actually having a season, I feel like that like definitely helped a lot. Like keep like me myself motivated. Like I had something to work towards. Like I had to um I just felt like this season I needed to prove myself and like show people that I'm like a guy, like I can play, like because I was a quarterback in the past year. I was a backup quarterback my sophomore year. I switched positions, so I feel like this year was like my proving year. Like I had to come out and show them that I can play receiver too. Like I just, yeah, had to stay motivated.
You know, uh, going from being a backup quarterback to a wide receiver. I mean, just what was the training like? Who really helped you, make that transition? Just what was that like for you to go from being a backup quarterback to, a wide receiver and producing in big ways this season?
Yeah, it was a lot. Like the off season, I was working my butt off. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was in we were at one way speed training, all that. Alon was helping me. My coaches at Buchanan. Oh my goodness, they really like the reason I am the way I'm playing right now is because of them. Like they really shaped me into the receiver I am right now. They helped me a lot. They helped me grow as not only just a receiver, but as just a player in general. And like I can't thank them enough for that.
You talked a little bit about Elon Page, purposeful training. Just talk a little bit about him, and then talk a little bit more about your coaches, and what exactly did they help you with, to transition to playing how well you did as a wide receiver this year.
Yeah, Elon definitely. Elon was the first coach that started teaching me like receiver type stuff, and his training. That He's a good dude. Elon's a real good dude. Like, he helped me grow so much. Like, when I first started playing receiver, I was not confident in myself. Like, I knew I wasn't like the best out there, but he just helped me like just to stay calm. Like, he saw what was in me before I did. Like, he I don't know, it's hard to explain, but he just made sure like I kept my head on straight. Like, a big thing that goes on with me is I get very down on myself. Like, if I mess up, I shut down like a lot. Like, I get in my head too much, and that's what Elon helped me with. They helped me like, and even my Buchanan coaches as well. They showed me that like they would always tell me the most important play is the next play. Like, yeah, you're gonna drop balls, you're gonna mess up, but you just gotta pick yourself up and get ready for that next play. Make it make up for it, or just make a play happen.
You guys did go 5-0 this year. Beat Central, beat a good Clovis school. Beat some other great schools. But was there one game, out of the 5-game schedule that really meant, a lot to you and your teammates?
Oh, most definitely. That the Central game, that one definitely meant a lot to us. Knowing, because they had beat us in the Valleys last year. So that one definitely, we still had that chip on our shoulder a little bit. So coming into that game, we really wanted that one. Like, we really wanted that one. But yeah, so we ended up coming out on top. It was a great game. Central played a great game too. We both, everybody on our team did their part, and I personally, I feel like that's why we came out on top. Everybody did their job and then some. Like, we were just playing as a team the whole night. So,
what, with the shortened season, being 5-0, I know unfortunately there was no Valley playoffs this year, section championships.
yeah.
I mean, how does your team feel about that? Knowing how good this team could have been, just, what was your team's mindset, after the season ended this past Friday?
Yeah, we were real happy being 5-0. Like, that, coming into our year knowing we weren't gonna have playoffs, that was our plan. Like, we wanted to be the 5-0 team, but you could tell after the game, all our guys were upset. Like, we know, like, if we had playoffs in a Valley game this year, who knows what could have happened. But we were pretty confident in ourselves, and so not having that was pretty, like, finishing the season 5-0 was, like, don't get me wrong, that was what we've been working a year for, but having a playoffs would have been nice to just show everybody that we really could have had that Valley ring, I feel like.
Yeah, no, exactly. Personally for you, talk a little bit away from football for a little bit. I mean, just how's this year been, dealing for you as a student athlete, just, having to distance learn at school, maybe go on campus every once in a while to start learning. I mean, just, personally for you as a student athlete, or, just as a student's mindset, I mean, just how's this whole year been for you?
Honestly, the learning from home is like, it's harder for me. Like, it's easy to get distracted. Like, you don't have someone on you. Like, you're in a classroom, your teacher's on you, you're gonna work. But here, it's like you don't have nobody on you. You have to be more. You just have to be independent. You got to be able to be on yourself to do your work when, like, on time, get everything done, and that's the hardest part about it. Like, people. It's easy to get lazy right now. It's easy to get lazy and slip up on all your work and stuff. So this year has definitely been a challenge, like, school-wise for me. I feel like just like with the laziness and everything, just making sure to stay on top of everything.
What was the hardest part about, being away from your friends, a lot during this time, the social aspect of it, now that some restrictions are a little bit loosened, you were with the football team, your football teammates a lot. I mean, how much did that help socially, get back to just, being able to mingle and see everybody?
Yeah, definitely. Not being able to see everybody this year is hard. Like you miss your friends, you want to see everybody, but being able to go out on the football field and like interact with everybody was definitely a good feeling. Like just to like this year, I don't know, something about this year we felt like this is the most I felt like as a family on a team. Like everybody was together this year. So like yeah, it had its like challenges, like not being able to see our friends, but I feel like we took advantage of the time we had on the field together. Like everybody was just clicking. There wasn't no like no individuals on the team. We were all just together this year.
Talk a little bit about, you were talking about earlier, the seniors on your team. How important was it for the underclassmen, to send the seniors out, on a high note, not having a fall season, not having going to have a chance to play for the, section championship, but just how important was it for you and the rest of your underclassmen teammates to send them out, on a high note?
Like like I said, we came together, like we felt like a family. So knowing that our seniors like they wanted to go out with a bang, it really motivated us underclassmen. Like we were working, like everybody, all our underclassmen. We actually had a lot of young dudes on the team this year, and I feel everybody stepped up. Everybody did their part, and that's all thanks to the seniors. Like I feel like we really fed off their energy and what they put out onto the team. Everybody was ready.
Heading into the season, how was the mindset of your coach, or how did your coach, Matt Giordano, help you guys, just maneuver through everything this season, not knowing if you had a season, and just, the coaches at Buchanan, I mean, just how were they, throughout this whole process for you guys?
They were good. We were just we were just taking stuff one week at a time. Like we, like you said, like we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know if there was going to be a season. They kept postponing, but we were just taking everything one week at a time, just working, waiting for like a chance. Like Gio made sure like to keep us motivated. He was letting us know that we were for sure, like, I don't know how to explain this. Like he knew we were going to have something, whether it was 5 games, 10 games. He knew, and he was pretty confident that we were, and that confidence, like the team fed off that as well. Like him not being able, like he never was once like, yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. Like he just kept us working week by week. So if it did happen, which it did, we were ready.
What's next for you? I know football season just ended. So I mean, just what do you plan on doing? The rest of the school year. The rest of spring sports seasons or anything like that.
Oh yeah, this season, this off season is just gonna be a work season. Like I'm gonna stay in the gym, I'm speed training, everything. It's just gonna be straight work, getting ready for my senior season. Cause who knows how much time we'll have this off season. It's a funny year this year, so we don't know how long this off season is gonna be. So I'm just gonna try to take advantage of as much all this time we get off and make sure I come back next year ready to just dominate.
You kind of mentioned that, the team becoming a family. You know, this whole year, ever since the pandemic started, for a student athlete like you, even though you weren't able to play for a championship, do you feel like this is just a special season for you guys, no matter what happened, just because of everything, that you and your fellow classmates had to go through, the last year and a half, not too many in this, in this time frame, in this generation, not too many student athletes have had to go through what you guys have gone through. I mean, do you just feel like, you guys, unfortunately, nobody wants a pandemic, but do you feel like, it's just been a special bond that not even just you as teammates, but you as an entire school at Buchanan, our entire, generation have built throughout this whole time?
The coaches were telling us this too, like with COVID, like this is like the first time this has happened, like like as far as I know, this is the first time this has happened. So this is going to be the talk, like everybody's going to be talking about this year. Like in my opinion, it's a special year. Like everybody's going to be talking about COVID, what happened when it came back, how was the football season, and we went 5-0, and a team hasn't done that in I forgot how long, but it was special for us. We were happy. Like it was a to get a track championship this year, even with everything going on, it was definitely a big deal for us.
Your older brother, is a starting pitcher for Oregon. So I mean, how much, advice has he given you, just in life, and then also, being a student athlete, especially during this time. How much have you leaned on him for support?
Yeah. Oh my God. It's like I can't thank that man enough. I remember talking about like playing sports, like college as kids, like, and he showed me like he's probably one of the hardest workers I know personally, and show me like just watching him work and letting me know like in my eyes that like this is actually possible. Like we can actually do this. Like he showed me going to play D1 baseball that we can actually do this. Like he's taught me like my work ethic, my just stay at school, like my family too, my dad, everybody. I just have the best support system. And it's blessings. Like it's really a blessings on blessings.
I know you've volunteered in the community a lot, doing various things. Why is it important for you, to be involved in the community, and volunteer in stuff? And what kind of stuff have you volunteered in doing?
Yeah, I've helped with Ayon at the church. I haven't done it as much as I need to be. Like I plan on getting out there more now that the season's over. I have more time, so I'll have more time to give back to my community. But I think it's super important. Like the community is like, our Buchanan community is like such a great group of people. Like so, I think it's only right we give back. Like it's only right we give back to the community that supports us so much. Like at the games, it just you can really feel the support. It's amazing, and just to be able to give back to them, it's awesome. I can't wait. I really want to get do as much for the community as I can this off season.
If you could sum up this entire season, what was there one moment that you take from this 5-0 season, that you could think back, and say, what, that's what made this season special to me, whether it be a play, whether it be a conversation you had with friends, or just the entire season. I guess, is there one moment that you'll always take with you?
Yeah. When in the Central game, I've never seen our team like that. Like they were just nobody was down. Like we weren't down at all. They knew something was gonna happen. Everybody was jumping on the sideline. The sideline was roaring. It just felt like amazing. Like nobody was down. They knew we were gonna come out, and that helped a lot. Like we needed that.
Sounds good. And I always ask this to student athletes I interview. I know you're a junior, so you still have another year of high school. Don't know where you're gonna go. For college. I know this off season and probably next year is gonna be a big year for you. But
Yeah.
when all is said and done, how do you want people to remember Josiah Ayon? At Buchanan.
It's a great question. I don't know. I just want to be. That's a good question. I mean, I guess this applies more like I don't want to just be known as a football player. Like I want to be like a good student, a good friend, just a good person to have on the campus, like that people wanted to be around. Just I wanted to be a good football player, but more like a good human in general. Like I don't want people just to remember me as the guy, oh yeah, he was the good football player. Like I want them to remember me as, yeah, he was the good, he was a good person on campus, like that. I just want to be able to touch a lot of people on my campus. I don't want to just be known as a football player.
Josiah, once again, appreciate you taking some time out. I'm sure we'll talk again soon. Hopefully next year, when the season gets back to normal. So appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me.